Hey, my friends out there, this is Zach Evnesh from the Underground Strength Gym, and this is actually a message, as they always are, but this one's from the heart. Through my years of working with athletes, it seems that every year the athletes come to us actually more and more abused, and that would be the key word. We have kids that can't put their arms over their head without contorting themselves into a pretzel. We have kids that can't squat down without their backs rounding over like turtles. We have kids whose feet are angled out, who have shoulder pain, who are injured, who are getting slight bicep tears, and they're only 7th and 8th graders. We are not going to contribute to the abuse of athletes anymore. So if you want your son to be in 3 baseball leagues, if you want your son to play basketball 12 months out of the year and have him jumping several hundred times a day, if you want your son to be so tight or to have knee injuries, we've sent out articles and links from doctors saying we should not be performing surgeries on kids in middle school. They used to only perform surgery on athletes in the professional ranks. Now there are surgeries being done to athletes who are in the youth level to fix them. And the bottom line is it's child abuse. We're not going to take part in it. My friend, the nutritionist, Tom Bilella, he stopped working with young athletes for several reasons. Number one, they don't like to listen. Number two, he stopped working with wrestlers because he's not going to help them lose 20 to 30 pounds. It comes down to doing the right things. The most successful athletes are the healthiest athletes. There's a thing called balance. You as parents are hurting your kids if your son is injured, has shoulder problems, knee problems, back problems. All these issues are coming from you're in 3 baseball leagues. Well, I'm assuming your back is going to hurt when you're the pitcher for all 3 leagues and you're constantly throwing and you have such rotational force going on to your spinal column, through the shoulders, through the arms. In a nutshell, we're not doing it. We're not contributing. So if you're going to do that to your child, you have to let us know and say, Zach and coaches, I'm going to be abusing my child through endless leagues and just beating the crap out of him, so there's no reason for us to train at the underground anymore. You could tell us that you'd like to abuse your child on your own time. Think about it. Should your child be unable to show up and do a push-up because he's so exhausted from whatever countless sports practice you have signed him up to? As a parent, you need to take a stand and draw a line and say you're either going to stop your child from going into this countless overuse and abuse, or you're going to let the other coaches out there bully you into beating the crap out of your child. Maybe your child will be a superstar. Maybe. Sure. They all say Tiger Woods, he started playing golf when he was 3 or 4. So Tiger Woods played at 3 or 4. Serena Williams' parents took those girls all around. So now we're comparing 1 golfer, 2 tennis players to the rest of the hundreds of thousands of athletes out there. I'm not taking part of it. And you know what that might mean from a business perspective? We're going to lose a lot of money. I want to work with the parents that understand that these kids need balance. They need some rest. They need recovery. And by being a world champion in 7th and 8th grade means jack shit. The fact that why kids are getting hurt is because of overuse and abuse. It's overuse injuries, and they're not doing any proper strength and conditioning training. Without that proper strength and conditioning training, which the true goal of it is to reduce chances of injuries for these athletes. Our goal is to make them healthy. How do we get them healthy? Making them more athletic, creating balance, improving coordination, strengthening tendons, ligaments, improving confidence, making them smarter so they learn and understand how to listen to their body, when to back off. But you're supporting this, literally, it's like child abuse. In a nutshell, I don't even know what to say anymore, but we're done with it. Send us an email if you're going to continue to wreck your child, sending him to these countless sport practices, so when they show up, everything hurts. They can't lift their arm over their head. They can't squat. They can't do a push-up from exhaustion, overuse injuries, and they're so tight from playing that sport. Maybe deep down you truly love your child, and so you think you're trying to support him or her to go to all these things. But if you truly love your child, you won't be running him or her into the ground so that they basically end up being more likely to get injured earlier. And what is the ultimate time? We want them to peak not in youth or high school, but late high school, college. What about possibly some of you kids have the potential to be pros? Possibly. There's a huge genetic thing going on right there, but you have no possibility when you're hurt. You have no possibility when you're hurt. Do the right thing. It starts with this.